Welcome to Review Racer YouTube channel.
The gaming industry has grown exponentially over the past decade. New gamers are joining this vast industry, securing careers as pro gamers, stream games from various platforms like Twitch or YouTube, where streaming and gaming require the fastest processor. To make money in the gaming industry by streaming professional gameplay, you need a good gaming PC and fast internet for a smooth experience. The first thing to check is the CPU. Streaming software needs the fastest and highest processing power possible, but only if you have the fastest CPU for gaming and streaming. 1. AMD Ryzen 5 3606 Core. The Ryzen 5 3660 is an economical CPU that offers the performance of a high-end processor. The overclocking capacity makes it the best AMD CPU for gaming and streaming with powerful gaming chips, with enough cores for multitasking streaming besides gaming requirements, making it one efficient system. If you aim to play and stream simultaneously, 12 threads per core are necessary. Multiple tasks are processed quickly, with no hiccups or lags between the two tasks, so the gaming experience is smooth. The Ryzen 5 3600 is the new AMD CPU with unlocked clock speeds. This means that if the base clock of 3.6 GHz isn't enough, it can be overclocked up to 4.2 GHz. The speed increase does help frame rate and game speed, but it's not as significant, about 17%, compared to other CPUs on this list, as it's already powerful at default settings. But some others aren't too far behind either. 2. AMD Ryzen 7 3700 X8. Core AMD shines as a technology standard for its price point. The Ryzen 7 3700X is an excellent example of this and has 8 discrete processing units, 12 and 10 reductions from the previous one, respectively. Most game builds don't utilize more than 4 cores. Adding streaming puts some extra demand on it, but 8 cores should suffice, except for the most demanding builds and graphics setups. The Ryzen 7 1700 has 16 threads to handle 16 software instruction sets simultaneously. It requires multi-threading technology to create 2 threads per processor core. It's a notch below other high-end processors, but delivers significant performance for most builds that don't fully utilize their potential. 3. AMD Ryzen 93900X12 Core with Wraith Prism LED Cooler. You may have heard the debate about AMD processors. For those looking for a little more processing power than what you get from a laptop or pre-assembled tower computer, AMD will be your best bet. Fortunately for gamers looking to go all in for smooth gameplay without breaking the bank, no other brand has as much raw horsepower as AMD's Threadripper CPUs, which are available at half the price. Threadripper is a high-performance CPU, so it's overkill for the average streamer. The 3960X, the smallest in the series, offers more power than recommended if you plan other activities besides streaming, such as server hosting and rendering animations. The Ryzen 3900X is an excellent choice as the first chip of a new generation because of its price-performance ratio. The 3900X works beautifully, handles streaming easily, and can be a focal point for advanced builds without doubling your CPU cost. 4. Intel Core 79700K Desktop Processor. Need enough processing power to keep your game running smoothly while streaming on multiple platforms? Check out this Core i9-9900K monster processor with 8 cores and 16 threads. It is one of the best Intel CPUs for gaming and streaming. This processor outperforms Ryzen's other high-end CPUs. This processor has a base frequency of 3.60 GHz and can be boosted to 5.0 GHz for superior performance. Due to its high processing power, this CPU is ideal for multitasking, streaming, gaming, and video editing. The processor features the same number of cores and threads as the Ryzen 2700X, but the performance of the i99900K is much better than the Ryzen due to better single-core performance. It has 16 megabytes, 3 high-speed cache memory to improve performance further. The production of this processor uses a solder thermal interface material, which helps prevent excessive temperatures. So, suppose you use an excellent cooler while overclocking your CPU. In that case, the cooler will quickly absorb all the heat, and the build materials of the processor will contribute to the lower temperatures to optimize performance. 5. AMD Ryzen 73800X processor. Are you on a tight budget and looking for a streaming processor? The Ryzen 7 series offers one of the most economical yet powerful 3800X processors with 8 cores and 16 threads that define incredible processing power. The processor uses an AM4 socket. The base frequency is 3.9 GHz and can be boosted to 4.5 GHz. The single-core performance of this processor is also pretty decent. AMD may enable overclocking, but may overclock at its own risk without guaranteeing any damages. We did a detailed comparison of the 3800X and 3700X, and it is clear that the 3800X stands out in terms of performance. The processor has a Wraith Prism cooler, but you need something better for overclocking. If you want to overclock your CPU, find a separate cooler that can keep it warm without damaging the CPU. This processor also belongs to the Zen 2 lineup and has 32 megabytes of L3 for peak performance. Processors provide value for money, and streamers, gamers, and editors can use them to perform heavy-duty tasks. 6. AMD Ryzen 95950X. If you want a high-end processor for streaming purposes, the AMD Ryzen 95950X is the best choice. The Zen 3 architecture of the 5950X takes performance to the sky, as previously seen with the Ryzen 5560X and AMD Ryzen 7580X. This processor also matches the performance of Intel's flagship gaming processors and outperforms Intel in some scenarios. 16 cores and 32 threads make the AMD Ryzen 95950X the best model in the entire 5000 series, making it an excellent choice for pro streamers. This processor has a base clock frequency of 3.4 GHz and can be boosted to 4.9 GHz to maximize performance. Another critical point is that the TDP of this processor is only 105 watts. Though expected to be higher, AMD is compatible with low-end but popular motherboards such as the B450 and A520. Streamers need to change tabs for multitasking constantly, and this Ryzen 95960X handles all the multitasking burden wonderfully for a smooth, lag-free experience. 32 megabytes L3 cache makes it easier for users by reducing the need for excessive access to memory.
Like, share, subscribe to Review Racer channel.